and tonight's dinner is going to be another quick, easy dinner. It is just a quick ground beef dinner, and I got sick of making hamburger helper, so one night I just took a pound of ground beef and a chopped up onion, sorry Paul, onion again, and about 3 potatoes that I peeled and chopped up, put in some Lowry seasoning salt, some flour, and salt and pepper, and that made a dinner for 4, quick and easy. So I'm going to get the potatoes peeled and chopped, the onion chopped, and get the onion and the ground beef browning on the stove. I actually looked at my recipe and realized that I always cook my potatoes, my meat, and my onion at the same time. So once you get your potatoes peeled, you want to cut your potatoes more into like a bite-sized chunk. You don't want it too big. And then just cut these potatoes up, and then we're going to put them in the pan with the onions and the ground beef and cook them all together at the same time. I know you're probably thinking, yeah, but what about all the grease that needs to be drained? The grease that's in there is going to end up mixing up with our flour to make our gravy base. And you only need about 3 potatoes. You don't need that many potatoes with this, especially if you chop them to the right size. And it'll be more than enough for everyone. I'm gonna actually cut that one in thirds and then chop them up. I'm gonna get these in the pan. I usually use a little bit bigger pan than this, but just get this in there and get all the ground beef and stuff starting to brown. Put it over a medium-high heat, and we'll just get this all cooking together. I don't ever measure this out. I just kind of season it and then taste it later on down the road to see if it needs any more. The next thing we're going to do is add 3 tablespoons of flour to the pan. And then we are going to mix it in so that everything is coated. Get it all coated, because this is what's going to make your gravy, is the mixture of the grease that's left in the pan with your flour. Now to that then, we're going to add some salt, some pepper, some Lowry seasoning salt, and 1.5 cups of water. So once you get the water in it, give it a nice stir to mix the seasonings in. Get the flour and the water all mixed together. Then we're going to bring this to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn that heat down, and we're going to simmer it for about 20 minutes, and that's what's going to get the potatoes nice and tender. But you're going to want to make sure that you come back and stir it every once in a while so things don't stick to the pan. So it's just starting over here to boil a little bit, but once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to about a medium to a medium-low temperature and simmer it for 20 minutes. I was right in the middle of telling you guys that I was going to let this cook down a little bit with the lid off from it, because it still had a little bit too much liquid in it, and then my phone rang. So here we go. This is all done, homemade hamburger helper, easy ingredients: pound of burger, 3 potatoes, onion, flour, water, salt, pepper, seasonings of your choice. You could do this with turkey, throw in some rosemary and other things just to give it a little jazzed up flavor. Stay safe out there, you guys. See you tomorrow.